I know a lot of people are automatically going to see this and think it's something demonic. I really want to urge people to use their discernment in all things. But if you believe like I believe, God is the creator of all things and all things work together. I can't tell you who God is to me. It's a journey that you have to go through on your own. But I will be the first one to tell you, He will use the things that you think that you are completely inadequate in, and He will use those things to thrust you forward in His glory and the things He wants to show you. Because in reality, you signed up for this. You have agreed to be here, and the quicker that we begin to remember that we are here for a reason and what that reason is, you really just have to have the desire. This all started for me was I was just asking for a roadmap. So this is my roadmap. I'm just sharing it with you. I want to share exactly how I came to these things. So a while back, I started showing people the Hebrew Dance of the Hebrew Letters by Tenen with the Maru Foundation. And I started seeing things in his videos. These videos are from the 90s. I had seen one a long time ago. And recently, here in 2022, I just finally saw this show on Netflix called OA. And if anybody is familiar with OA, you know the dance movements that they do inside of this, and they have these near-death experiences. A lot of things that just kind of clicked in my mind and reminded me of the video I had seen of Stan Tenen years ago. So without saying it to my phone, because we all know how our phones have a tendency to suggest things to us, I only thought this. I never said it to anybody. I just thought about that video. And it was just a very faint thought because I didn't know much about it. I had actually begun to study Hebrew since then. I had just come across the video and just went to the back of my mind. Till I saw the OA. A couple days later, this video pops up on my TikTok, randomly pops up on my TikTok. So I find out the guy's name, I go start watching the videos again, and I start seeing some things in it, some things that I wish I could speak to him about, but unfortunately he's no longer with us, but things that he didn't see, or maybe he did, just didn't say anything about them. But I see so many things. I credit majority of the things that I have learned from, obviously, Tesla and Marko Rodin and obviously Tenen. Other than that, I got to give all credit to the Spirit because there is no other credit to be taken, at least not by me. So what you're looking at here is the number wheel. You could go clockwise or counterclockwise. I found now that I really go counterclockwise, but just for the sake of this video, we'll stick with how it is. So the black letters are the Hebrew letters, and the colored pictures underneath them are their corresponding letters in the pictographs. They're paired in the ones, the twos, they're all pairs. So we'll start right here with this one. The one, it's Aleph, Yod, and Kuf. In Hebrew, that is the 1, the 10, and the 100. Now, each one of these things obviously have their own meaning. The Aleph is the ox head, the Yod is the hand, and the Kuf, it is the sun at the horizon, or the place between light and dark. Each one of these is telling a story as it's going around this table, but it can be read in several different ways. So the creation sequence 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5, those are pretty much how we're looking at it. So it would be more along the lines of this here. So the 1 going down to the 2, 2 going down to the 4. Notice how the 4 is this triangle, this M and this cross. That is the letter for, or the word for DMT. It is what we know is this chemical that is coming out of our bodies when we die. And it's interesting because in this table, we go 1, 2, 4. Those are all considered things done in the spirit. And then you die, DMT, the door to chaos's mark. That's what those 3 pictographs mean: a door, chaos, mem, or the unknown, and ta, which is the mark, the monument, the signature. So it is the door to mem, ta is death, the door to death. And it's interesting because this is where we cross over to the 8, and then down to the 7, and then to the 5, and then we cross back over to the 1 and continue this pattern. You notice the 3 and the 6 and the 9 are excluded. That is because 9 is the number of God himself. The number 3 is the Gimel Lamed Shin, which is the messenger being taught by the fire. The fire is the Father, and that is the Holy Spirit. The 3 is the Spirit, the representation of the Spirit. Some people aren't comfortable calling it the mother, but we understand it as 3 is the mother, 9 is the father, and 6 is the child, which is man, the flesh, made flesh. That is us, man and woman. They also compare this to the 6 as being the masculine and the 3 being the feminine, meaning the creative and the more emotional side, and the 6 being more of the protecting and logical side. So if you notice, there's some degrees on here. We'll probably get to that part later. For now, we're just going to go back to this one. So in this sense, if you see these numbers, each one of these, this is going to sound a little upsetting for some. I believe the solfeggio frequencies are wrong. I believe the chakra systems, which are those numbers here, go ahead and screenshot those if you would like, but everything is going towards that center yellow line there. So the 1, the 2, and the 4 are going towards the center line, and then the 8, the 7, and the 5 are going towards the center line. And you see the 3 and the 6 are excluded. So the 3, the spirit, is the thing that is governing all these bottom halves. The 6, the masculine, is what, or the physical, is what is governing the top half. And then God, 9, is above all of it. So this is what I believe the frequency should have been. So the root chakra should have been the 417. The sacral should have been the 528, which is why it's the number of, or the frequency of love, because literally this is the frequency of creation. Also the reason why 528 and 741 should never be played together, because one is life and one is death. So yeah, it's this terrible sound. Look that up. 528 and the 741 frequencies played together. The ego, or the death to our ego, should have been played at 741, or what they call the solar plexus, 741. I believe the heart should be at 285, the throat at 174, and the third eye, what I call the 2 eyes becoming one, meaning to see in the spirit and in the flesh, 852. And then the spirit, or the number of connecting with the spirit, I guess, would be the 639. The number of man, or the flesh, would be the 963. And I believe what they call the God frequency should actually be 396. So I know there's probably a lot of questions on that. And in reality, the whole point of this video is I want to start a discussion about this. I know there's a lot of people out there that experience with frequencies and they're very into it. I am not. Like I said in the beginning, all this stuff is like almost baby to me. Even the Hebrew stuff, I've been doing that for quite a few years now, and I still would consider myself a baby. Frequencies, I know nothing about. I'm an infant. I'm still in utero. Okay, I know nothing. Same thing with the angles, know nothing. The chakra systems, I'm starting to learn because I have looked into this, and I know a lot of Christians are going to be very uncomfortable with this, but listen, I wasn't told to go sit here and preach to the people who think they know everything. I'm wanting to dive in deeper and understand my brothers and sisters, and the only way to do that is to take down these walls of fear. I don't think anything is going to jump on me. I know anything isn't going to jump on me. I know nothing will jump on me because I understand what I'm doing here is an operation out of love. I want to understand these things, and I want others to be able to have these discussions too in a healthy way. So if this interested anybody and you want to know more, please, by all means, let me know. Once again, screenshot this, compare it. If you want to try it with these different frequencies, I try to put them in the colors just to help make it. I might not have the colors right, so please forgive me. Yeah, and please, y'all, be kind. We're here to love each other and to just learn. So let's have a nice discussion, yeah?